Do you remember that some of us as children were labeled as the good children? Or should I say that we were actually highly conditioned children? Because no child is born a people pleaser. We learn it over a period of time through something called pattern recognition. When I cry, I get ignored or I get corrected. When I show anger, I either get punished or withdrawn from. But when I stay quiet, adjust and behave, I get approval, love and stability. So you see, the child's brain does something very intelligent. It encodes this as a rule. My safety depends on how manageable I am. And this is not personality. This is conditioning. This is the nervous system learning that connection is not unconditional. It is something that is earned. So the child stops asking, what do I feel? And instead starts tracking. What do I do to keep things stable here? Over a period of time, this creates a very specific internal wiring. Hyper-awareness of other people's moods, fear of emotional unpredictability, suppression of anger, because anger is equal to threat, over-regulation of behavior, and a very deep association between love and compliance. So yes, that child automatically starts to look good, but internally this child is always scanning, adjusting, and predicting. That is not goodness. That is adaptation to an unsafe emotional environment. And when such a child grows up, they suddenly don't become free overnight. They become adults who feel unsafe expressing their needs, confuse discomfort with wrongdoing, overfunction in relationships, and feel anxious when they are not performing well emotionally. You see how childhood conditioning quietly becomes adult identity, not because something is wrong with you, but because something happened around you consistently enough for your brain to believe this is how I can survive a connection. And healing here in this case is not just when you start saying no. Healing here will be to retrain your nervous system to understand that you can be loved without being perfectly regulated, perfectly agreeable, perfectly easy. You were not just a good kid. You were a child who learned the rules of emotional survival very early. But the good news is now you're allowed to rewrite all of those rules. If you're still here and there's something that you're unlearning, your safe sphere with me, Sneha, is right here, where we can together do the work very gently but also very honestly.